also, what are the biggest differences that this coaching program's made to you?
So some of the things that I popped on the forum, on the online portal, was the fact that it's allowed me to facilitate more for other people. So, everybody's got the answer inside of them. It just needs a little bit more teasing out. And the biggest thing, and we know this, in leadership roles, and, when you come into it, that, for people to make a change and want to make a change or a directional change, they need to own it themselves.
Yeah,
And
100%.
it's one of those things that by facilitating that through the coaching has allowed me to empower more people, even in a simple conversation of like, well, if you did have the answer, what would you do? Or just putting it back on them, or how could you do that?
Yeah.
Just really basic questions, passing in a corridor normally, oh, so-and-so said this, what do you think? Well, what do you think? What would you do? Just putting it straight back on them rather than giving that answer straight away. Bizarrely as well, I've just obviously talked nonstop, but I have become much better at listening rather than jumping in straight away.
Mm-hmm.
Listening and allowing silences to occur for more of them, for them to sort of, think more deeply about things, because as I said, the answer is there. Even with the facilitation that I've been doing, that's coming out there, and it's really helping me to unpick there's an aspect of because I'm doing the University College London, and we facilitate for the UCL for the NPQs.
Okay.
So the NPQH program, and also I do 2 ECTs. And one of the aspects is about thinking deeply. So when you're facilitating, you're wanting to really make your participants think quite deeply about some of these questions, that kind of reflective element. And I'm finding that the model is helping me in the sort of the questioning linked to that, and also the silence as well.
Wow. So how's that helped you as a head?
What it's given me as head is an oversight of people, to see them take their own responsibilities themselves. They're leading, they're empowered, they feel better and more motivated. So there's a real good feeling in that. And I love seeing the successes it brings of individuals. For me, good schools are about growing your next set of leaders, and certainly the coaching is allowing that to happen.
What difference do you think it's made to other people, being on the receiving end of you using your skills?
I think for some people there was a bit of you're not going to tell me what to do in those, because we know the difference between mentoring and coaching. And, I think a lot of what I was still doing was mentoring for them. In my experience, but actually coaching is very much about, no, you tell me what you've got the answer. So again, it's just empowering more middle leaders, and it's another string to their bow, as it were.
That is brilliant. So
it's enabling,
enabling, definitely
going on. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what it's about, isn't it? Enabling and empowering, rather than, because otherwise you do kind of disable people, don't you? Because if you're telling them what to do and disempower them.
Because I just want them to be the very best versions of themselves, because at the end of the day, the better in terms of the professional development that you're able to offer your staff, is only going to better the outcomes for the pupils in your school. And that's what it's about, really. And keeping them happy and motivated.
So what are you most proud of achieving through the training, George?
I think it's quite multifaceted, if I'm honest. And it's a skill set that I've had to work at, and I've honed it, as I say. I think I'm really proud of the support in the coaching I've given to my Senko. You have to be prepared for when you get an email, it's like, actually, let's read between the lines of this. So we've built in sessions where she'll come to me, and it's like, ideas and strategies with the best options bit. She's really come into her own. And
what difference would you say it's making to your school already?
There's autonomy being built really quickly, but also still within the autonomy and the confidence that's building, because that's what really it's giving, is that confidence. It's actually building depth to the decisions being made. And And I think that's a big difference. You know, when you consider all options, you know you're making the best decision based on it.
That is so good, because if you've got staff that are autonomous, they're empowered, aren't they? And therefore they are able to go out, be more confident, and help you get the best for the children. It just sounds amazing. You know, well done. You should be so proud of all you've achieved there. It really is good, you know. Thank you.